amazing.
Oh, this is an old one.
Is it really?
Wow.
That's good, because I see more names keep getting added as the song goes on.
Although Bob Stoops, that needs to be thrown out.
That's right.
We need to update that track.
That one,
Yeah.
Yeah, you might want to change that one to
Lincoln Riley.
right. Yeah.
Is that his name?
Scott Frost.
And Ogeron.
Yeah. Stop.
You could have said Jim McElwain for a second there, but that ended very, very quickly.
No, yeah, he's back.
The Bogey and Wojo Show, 4 o'clock hour, here with you till 6, of course, filling in for the wonderful Michael Valenti. And we did promise the Jim Harbaugh comments from Joel Klatt, and we actually do have the audio of what Joel Klatt had to say. Of course, Joel Klatt is a college football analyst. Actually, I think he does NFL, too, for Fox Sports, if I'm not mistaken.
There are so many college football analysts, because you got the Fox guys and the ESPN guys and the CBS guys and right down the line, ESPN guys, tons of them. And they all apparently have been spending the entire offseason talking about one person, as near as I can tell. It's either Nick Saban or it's Harbaugh. Every time you look up, if there's a college topic, it's Saban or Harbaugh or the playoff.
Well, no, it's the SEC or Saban or the playoff or Harbaugh.
Okay.
There's like 4 things.
Yeah, that's it.
All right?
Yeah, that's totally it.
Okay, cool. Joel Klatt was asked about Jim Harbaugh's tenure so far up in Ann Arbor, and this was something that he brought up. He was asked this at Big Ten Media Days. Let's just play this for you, and then we have a couple of questions.
He's a bad spot away from being 2-4 with a win over Ohio State and a berth in the Big Ten championship game, potentially the playoff, and it's a moot point. A bad spot. That's changing nothing else other than a poor spot from the official. So to me, it's a narrative that doesn't need to be there. Would he like to win those games? Sure. Was he right there in 3 or 4 of them? Absolutely. Would you take that rather than being 5-win Michigan? Yes. You know, it's important to know where you came from before you can know where you're going. And with where Michigan was at and where they're at now and how they're competing on those stages, you would absolutely take it. 1-5's not great. Jim's going to hear that. They'll have a great chance to change that this season. Although, I will tell you, Michigan State and Ohio State are very good football teams. So they better buckle up their chin straps and come to play on those weeks.
Oh, boy, buckle the chin straps.
Again, that's Joel Klatt, a college football analyst for Fox Sports. Now, first, I want to say this. Fox Sports is in bed with Jim Harbaugh, okay? So this isn't a surprising comment.
Why?
This is the same network that had a Harbaugh bus with khaki pants on it his first game out of Utah.
Right, out in Utah, right? That's true.
Like, Fox Sports and the Big Ten and Jim Harbaugh and Michigan's brand, they're all in it together. So I'm not surprised that one of the lead analysts is coming out and defending Jim Harbaugh at this point. I just want to make that pretty clear. But number one, they actually buy that Joel Klatt has a point here that, yeah, Harbaugh might be 1-5, but boy, trouble with the snap doesn't happen. They don't botch that. And, somehow at Ohio State, they get a better spot in overtime. The game's over. Could be sitting at 3-3 in his rivalry games. 248-539-9797. That's one. Number two, everyone continues to come out with excuses for Jim Harbaugh, ways to defend him and ways to almost deflect some of the criticism that has been levied on him over the last couple of years, right? So if even the record against rivals, 1-5, if that's not fair game, what is fair game when it comes to criticizing Jim Harbaugh and what he's done so far up in Ann Arbor? Again, 248-539-9797. Here's Wojo to say nothing.
Ticket text 97136. No, that is a good question. If you remove the 1-5, what is the stain? There is a stain. Let me say this. I think Joel Klatt is wrong to make a big deal about a poor spot, because I don't think you could say that as a poor spot in the Ohio State game. It was a controversial spot. It could have gone either way. They did basically lose that game literally by an inch.
Not to mention, not to mention, it was Jim Harbaugh who colossally screwed that game up
but
with the
forget
play calling.
There were mistakes on both sides leading up to it. When it came down, there were on both sides leading up to it. When it came down to the end, they were 1 inch away.
Michigan
is true.
Michigan
that is not true.
Michigan was in total control of that game with that defense shutting down
I understand
Ohio
that.
State.
I'm just saying, when it gets to that final spot, if the spot is short, the game is over and they win. If it's not, then they didn't need to give up the touchdown on the next play. But I'm just saying, however they got there, that part is true. I don't think you can call it a poor spot, though. I think it was very 50-50-ish.
If the spot was short and the game was over, it would only mean that Jim Harbaugh would have been left off the hook. Or let off the hook.
No, nobody would even think about the other stuff. No, they would have won a great
that
game.
game up.
Yeah,
top
he did.
To bottom.
He made no doubt about it. He made mistakes, and so did his quarterback. But here's the other thing. The reason, because we've heard from what Joel Klatt and what Doug Gottlieb last week saying people are overreacting, and the reason they're saying
Another
this,
Fox Sports guy. It's just amazing. Kyle Hurd says the same thing. All these Fox Sports people in bed with the Big Ten.
Right, and those that aren't, like Paul Feinbaum, go the other way.
I think Feinbaum is 100% down the middle and offers a very good
But I'll tell you why these guys come out and say this stuff and feel compelled. And don't take this the wrong way. Because of sometimes jackasses like you or Valenti or whoever. Because so many people go so far the other way and make it sound like he's been the biggest disaster of all time. Honest to God, in a vacuum, if you were in a coma for 3 years and woke up and you listened to some of the commentary and say, failure, disaster, oh my God, they didn't get, and oh God, what did I miss? What have they been, like 3-9 every year? No, they're 28-11. Okay? That's not good enough, but it is not as disastrous as one side says. So I think that's why these national commentators come out the other way and say, whoa, whoa, whoa. It's not the end of the world. Yes, 1-5 isn't good, but think about how they got to that spot. That's exactly why they're saying it, because so many people go so far the other way.
That's one of your worst takes of all time.
No, it's accurate.
No, that's one of your worst takes of all time.
Really? Why do you think they say it then?
They say it because of what Michigan had. Because Rich Rodriguez was such a disaster and Brady Hoke was a disaster.
Okay, that's a fact, too.
Which I understand how it was prior to Jim Harbaugh getting there. But when Jim Harbaugh arrived, it was supposed to be Big Ten championship games, beating Ohio State,
this is where you guys are wrong.
Competing for national championships.
No, this is where you guys are wrong. You always say that. Nobody said that the first year. Nobody.
Okay, are we talking about the first year?
The second year?
It's been 3 years. So he had the number one defense in the country, arguably, for 2 of them.
They beat expectations based on the first 2 years, and then they went under expectations last year. Am I right?
Year one, I absolutely, yes, we'll say that.
What was the over-under year 2, do you think?
I was surprised, when they finished 10-3 in year one, and Jake Rudock looked unbelievable. Year 2, I thought he screwed up the Ohio State game.
No. We're not going to games. We're saying expectation.
That's what they needed.
No. We're saying, you said everybody said this. So you can't say what happened after the fact.
Expectations change as the season goes along.
I know, but you're saying when he came here, everybody said that. There, of course, were some pie-in-the-sky Michigan fans who thought he'd be national championships right away. I'll repeat what I said. Find me any publication or poll that picked Michigan to win the Big Ten any of these years.
I bought into the Harbaugh hype.
You didn't pick him to beat Ohio State to win the Big Ten.
The first few years, I thought they would at least be in Indianapolis, possibly winning a Big Ten championship, and maybe making the college football playoff.
Then why are you blaming others? Blame yourself.
That's what we were told. Harbaugh's coming to town, and here comes all the natty titles.
Yeah. No. You're saying that.
No,
you
I'm
bought
not.
it. Everybody else didn't say it. No. You know what everybody said?
So untrue.
You know what everybody said is oh my God, who's going to be the quarterback? Shane Morris? Jake.
And here we are in the 3rd year, and he had to go get a transfer from the SEC
to play
for him.
That's the criticism that is valid.
248.
The quarterback. That is valid.
97-97. Okay, we can certainly agree on that. We'll reset this step, but we'd love to hear from you guys. Joel Klatt comes out and essentially says, you know what? 1-5 record against his rivals can't be held against Jim Harbaugh. If that can't be, what is a fair criticism of Harbaugh?
Quarterback.
At this point. 97-1.